The Warden in the Paunch is the next Lords pack for Total War Warhammer 2. It offers you 2 rival legendary lords from Warhammer fantasy battles, each with their own factions, objectives, mechanics, units, and playstyle. Eltharion the Grim is the High Elf commander of Yvresse, while Grom the Paunch is the Greenskin chief of the Broken Axe tribe. This DLC pits the two against each other, building to a final encounter where only one can leave alive. The information from this video is pulled from the official release from the Creative Assembly, so let's see what's on offer. First up is the Swiss Army High Elf Eltharion. He was once a sword-swinging badass who raided Dark Elf lands and cup-checked Malekith, but after a bit of poisoning and a rewrite, he returned home to find Tor Yvresse ravaged by the greenskin Wa of Grom the Paunch. After a crazy battle where the world nearly ended, Grom slunk away in defeat, but swore revenge. Now Eltharion is the Warden of Tor Yvresse, and stands atop his tower ever watchful for another greenskin incursion, having sworn no greenskin would ever set foot on his lands again. Eltharion will focus on rebuilding his defenses, and specifically upgrading the ruined tower of Athel Tamara. It also adds the Warden's Cage ability to Eltharion, which can be used against enemy heroes and lords in battle. If you cast it on them and then defeat them in battle, they'll be imprisoned in Athel Tamara. The tower itself has 2 unique chains which can be built. Both enhance Tor Yvresse's defense, but the Silent Sentinels chain enables the recruitment and upgrading of elite Mistwalker units, while the Watchers of Yvresse chain enables the interrogation of captured heroes and lords. And through the questioning, vanquishing, and indoctrination of captives, Eltharion can then gain useful information and bonuses. So, they really went all in when they said Warden here. You can Guantanamo Michael Bay people right off the map, and I'm not sure about the ethics of a waterboarding mechanic, but I doubt Warhammer has Geneva conventions. The Mists of Yvresse shroud the lands and enhance all of Eltharion's troops while they're in it, while also disrupting enemies. You upgrade it through the Tower of Athel Tamara to grant more and stronger bonuses, and increasing its strength also spreads it further, eventually covering all of Ulthuan. And playing into this is a new rite, the Invocation of Ladriel, which temporarily buffs the Mists. So the Mists act like a good guy corruption mechanic, except useful, and I'd love to see this modded into the Vampire count, so I'm sure we'll see that soon. Eltharion's whole objective is to gradually build up defensive power at Tor Yvresse and fortify it against invasion. The more you rebuild your fortress, the stronger defensive options you'll have. And you'll need them, because Grom the Paunch is coming, resplendent, shiny, and chrome, to carry Eltharion to Valhalla. In-game, Eltharion rides into battle atop his mighty griffin, Stormwing. He wields both a spear and sword, as well as casting high magic, which gives him a more flexible playstyle. Accompany that with his defense-focused abilities, and you have a high elf who can actually hold a firm battle line. Joining him is a new lord choice for high elves: Archmages. These elves are the greatest practitioners of magic in Warhammer, and with the introduction of the Archmage, High Elf players now have 8 core winds of magic and the lore of high magic to choose from, so if you want to start your own wizarding school, now's the time. For new units, Eltharion brings Rangers, dual-wielding wanderers of Ulthuan's most remote areas, Silverin Guard, heavy spearmen who defend the magical watchstone of Tor Yvresse, and War Lions of Trace, who are absolute beasts, literally. And then, some maniac decided to hook them up to chariots. Not to be outdone, the Arcane Phoenix has also been added to the game as well, a giant flaming bird whose sole purpose is to roast your enemies. Each of these comes in a regiment of renowned flavor for multiplayer battles, and you'll also get access to Mistwalker units, who are so OP they're only available in campaign, like the Knights of Tor Gavul, who in the lore ride griffins. Griffins. But none of this matters to Grom the Paunch, whose cavernous belly hungers for a rematch, as his gobos tend to the bubbling cauldron, delighting him with each tasty new morsel. He gathers together all the best bosses and boys, ready to wind them to a fever pitch and unleash the Wa. Grom is the undisputed king of the goblins. With the mighty axe of Grom, he rides into battle atop the sturdy chariot of Grom, onto which he is always mounted. With his standard Sword-bearer Niblet steering the way. The presence of Grom near friendly troops inspires them with a leadership buff, and if Grom joins the fight, that buff increases. His unique campaign mechanic will be Grom's Cauldron. By hunting down and combining different ingredients in Grom's Cauldron, Grom and his boys will be able to feast and gain special powers. You'll find these ingredients through campaign exploration, and by meeting the Troll Hag food merchant. Some dishes buff your army, while others add special units, and once you cook up a certain number, you'll permanently buff Grom himself. You'll also receive tasks and quests from your advisor Blacktooth. During Grom's legendary but failed Wa, his most trusted shaman nearly destroyed the world by trying to draw Waystone's power into himself. Eltharion intervened and chopped that Git's head off, but the shaman's surging power allowed him to cheat true death, and his disembodied head still serves Grom by offering you quests with special bonuses. And Blacktooth's head will also be a special item in Grom's campaign that can be assigned to any shaman, and allow you to summon a rogue idol in battle. These rogue idols of Mork, or Gork, are a new mighty magical construct unit in the DLC that crushes anything in its path. The Greenskins also get a new hero unit in the form of giant river troll hags, who wield both the lure of death and huge pendulous breasts, and are even more nasty and brutal than regular river trolls, which happen to be a new unit that is coated in rotting slime and fish carcasses whose stink might be even worse than their bite, while stone trolls are the more defensive-oriented troll on offer, and even have a degree of magic resistance. But the real star of the Greenskin show are the Snotling pump wagons, chariots powered by tiny insane snotlings who frantically pump up and down with cranks and belts to charge them into battle. They come as regular chariots, flappas that add wings so they can bounce along, and spiky rollers where someone puts a spike-studded drum on the front end, and their regiment of Renowned attaches giant spores to the front end that explode whenever they ram anything. All the other new Greenskin units also get Renowned versions, but let's be honest, Logie Bogie's Spore Splodas wins in my book. And that's what you'll find in the new Warden and the Paunch DLC. The Creative Assembly actually sent me an early access copy of it, so look for more content to come as we near its release date on May 21st. And a Greenskins rework will release alongside of it, as well as a new free LC Lord, Imric, Lord of Dragons, another High Elf Lord, who I'll detail soon. So with 3 new Lords on offer, make sure to vote for your choice for the first Noob's Guide to appear on this channel. And until next time, thanks for watching.